test for man. One diaphragm for mankind.
Hey there, Rumble. Are you ready to rumble? Rumble with Shoots, brah. Shoots. Yeah, we got the Ax-2 Splashdown under Dragon Canopies tonight. A little late, but I thought I'd do this one for you guys because it's Shoots and it's Rumble. What could be better than that? We'll get to the mission here in a second, but let's go ahead and do our thing. Muster up where you're from, what you munching on. See how many of you guys are suffering through the late night hour with me. Right now, looks like they just closed the nose cone on the Dragon capsule. They just did their deorbit burn, so we're actually going to get right into it and turn the volume up. Let's go big screen. I don't have Doggo Cam installed because this might be relatively quick. As soon as they splash down, I'm going to call it a night and go to beds.
The Panama City splashdown location. Our recovery vessel Megan is standing by, waiting to scoop Dragon up and lift it onto its deck. But right now, the crew, which we will be experiencing a loss of signal with the crew, that will last for only a few minutes, and that's not until like 20 minutes away or so. But we do expect that to happen because as Dragon re-enters the Earth's atmosphere, there's a lot of friction building up on the outside of it, on the exterior, and that results in plasma buildup, which is super hot. The external temperatures can reach about 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's pretty hot.
That's up there.
But the crew stays super comfortable.
Nobody cares about Celsius.
The cabin with that
this
cool
is America.
nitrox air, and we're also flowing it through their suits as well. So they're going to stay comfortable.
Yeah, check it out. So this is Hawthorne, California, SpaceX HQ. And normally they got quite a crowd back there, but it must be third shifters just getting on the scene there in California. No, wait, what time is it in California? It's only like 7:30 in California. This should still be second shift. Maybe the crowd back there will start to gather once they're closer to splashdown shoot deployment, which should happen in about 20 to 25 minutes, she was getting at. But yeah, so we just had deorbit burn, and they closed the nose cone on the capsule. We'll have re-entry, and she was talking about the plasma blackout, where they won't have communication with the capsule for a couple minutes while that's happening. And then hopefully we'll get some pretty decent infrared views of the capsule re-entering the atmosphere and, you know, being a comet with its little tail and, you know, shooting star kind of thing. But what we really want to see is drogue shoot and main shoot deployment. That's the best part of the show. What's going on, Iowa? I love potatoes. New York, 8-ounce New York strip. Oh, good for you. Dude, you guys know what I just bought last night? Because I haven't had one in like 3 years. I bought a grill. I broke our grill. Well, the wind broke our grill a couple of years ago. I just never bought a new one. So I bought a thing, and I didn't know this even existed, but it's called a griddle. That's how long I've been out of the grill game. A Blackstone griddle. I was like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. You know, cook some eggs and bacon in the morning right next to a steak. So I'm pretty excited about that. I should get that in the mail in a couple days. Super pumped to get back to grilling. I've been using my air fryer for everything. Fries, steak, a lot of chicken. What's going on, Florida? Yeah, they'll be splashing down off the coast. I think they said Panama City. Is that right? I can't remember. Panama City, is that the Gulf? I went down there for spring break, but that was like 2007. I can't remember where Panama City is now. Kara, you lived in Florida. Is Panama City on the Gulf or is it on the East Coast? Panama City, is it on the... Is he squeaking the ball? Perfect. That's Wiley. I got all the dogs in here.
I didn't live in Panama City. I lived in Orlando.
Okay, so you don't know? I can't remember.
Panama City is north.
No, it's definitely not in the Panhandle. I know that. Anyway, we'll get back to that. I'm sure USA Matt will have our answer. Where's Panama City? That's what I'm asking because they're splashing down in the Gulf. I can't remember if they said it was off the coast of Panama City or someplace else. I'm gonna let the chat answer the question for us. What's going on, Alabama? I'm not gonna do any audible clips today. It's just kind of a relaxed live stream for Rumble. Okay. Let's see. Let's keep cruising. Steak in an air fryer, sacrilege. Admittedly, I haven't done that, but I have cooked a lot of fries and chicken in that thing. Kami, Colorado, lived 25 years in Lakewood. Another Coloradian. Is that what you guys call yourselves? Bean and Chickaroon. Soapypilla. Man, you guys are speaking a whole nother language over there in the West. Magnolia, Texas. What's up, Squeaky Pants? This is Skinny Jeans. Wiley. He's got his ball in his mouth. You gonna squeak that for us? No? Good. He's got a lot of nicknames. I call him Skinny Jeans. He's a little skinny. He's also called Joe Biden because he loves to sniff hair, and Joe Biden because when he's being Harry Potter under the stairs, which is another nickname for him, Harry Potter, he likes to bite. Ninja foodie all the way. What's a ninja foodie? Does that mean you like, I don't know, sushi? It's the only food I can think of. We're going to get to the stream here in a sec, guys. We're just waiting for them to enter the atmosphere. They're falling, but they're kind of high up there. It's going to be a minute. A lot of people don't know this, but the space station is quite high above the Earth. I can't remember how high, how many kilometers now. I want to say 450. I'm going to look that one up. Space station. Did I say space station earlier or space shuttle? Space station altitude. I want to say it's 254 miles. How many kilometers is that? And clicks. 408. I was close. I said 450. Did I not? Did I snot? All right. I'm being told Panama City is the Panhandle. Okay. I think that's what I said. We're just going to say that's what I said. Don't bother rewinding. What are we looking at? Let's turn the volume up.
Phone is locked and loaded.
I don't do art. Art is weird to me.
Back to the NFT collection. This is a piece called Imagine by Nadia Bremer. Nadia Bremer is an art block artist, astronomer, and data visualization designer. This new Art Blocks Engine collection features a 222-piece algorithmically generated collection that showcases imaginary maps of the stars with unique constellations. To make this collection even more unique, the digital art has been initiated from the ISS by Ax-2 Commander Peggy Whitson during this mission. You can grab one of these beautiful digital star maps beginning on May 31st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Additionally, the Ax-2 digital...
Dude, I don't get NFTs. They're so cringe to me. I'm an old man apparently. And I thought the whole thing behind NFTs is that each piece of NFT artwork or whatever is supposed to be unique because it's yours and you own it digitally, like a digital asset. But they just said like everyone can buy these things. So maybe they have, I don't know, multiples of each one, but that kind of like, doesn't that devalue it as if these things have any real value? I'm just a grumpy Gus at this hour. I hate NFTs. They're so dumb. They're so derp. NFTs derp. Let's get to the shoots, brah.
At work building the next destination in low Earth orbit. Axiom Space is being designed as a true continuation and evolution of the International Space Station. With so much knowledge gained over the last 20+ years, Axiom Space's goal is to build upon the successes and lessons learned over that time, while expanding access to low Earth orbit for more countries, institutions, industries, and individuals than ever before. With Axiom Station currently under construction here, we have an update for you on the growth and development of what we intend and how we are going to be the first commercial space station.
We are building the world's first commercial space station. One
mute
element
this. At a time. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to upload this video to YouTube post facto. I was trying to figure, I wasn't really listening to him. I was trying to figure out what animal he looks like. Yeah. I tend to do that a lot with people. I haven't really decided. I don't know, I was kind of thinking like a mix, actually a hybrid between a hyena and a giraffe, maybe a little sloth. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not saying he's an ugly dude. He's a good looking cat, but he doesn't look like a cat. No disrespect. So yeah, what they're talking about right now, and again, I can't play it because music. So talking about Axiom Space's new space station that they're going to be putting into space eventually. Commercial space station. Axiom Space is a commercial company. Obviously, that's the crew they have coming back home right now on Dragon. Their second private crew to the space station and back. I can't even remember the first one. I'm sure the first one was probably last year, 2022. That sounds about right. I couldn't even tell you who was on it. I think there was a guy from Israel, America, and that's all I can remember. This time we just have Americans and Arabians. And I can't remember if Axiom is going to connect. I think originally they were going for just a module to connect to the space station, so it'd be like a private module, because Tom Cruise was going to go up there on their first mission, but then it fell through, I think because of COVID maybe, and film in that module. I don't know if that's still the plan. They're just going to build a module, and they're probably talking about it right now, but again, I can't play it because of the music, but maybe now they've kind of transitioned into just their own private space station, or maybe they're doing both. I don't know. I don't keep up with these things. It's not my job. This is a SpaceX channel, not an Axiom Space channel. It's just too much. It's all too much for me alone to keep up with. This is a long video, man. I can't keep droning on. I'm running out of things to talk about. I'm a bad host. It's late hour. It's getting hot in here because Wiley keeps mouth breathing. Aren't you? Come here. Come here. Come here. He's tired now. Wiley gets droopy ears when he's tired, and he's like, no, dude, I'm done. Peeps is here, though. Hi, Pepe's. What's going on, Peepies? What's going on, chat? Okay, we're back to our SpaceX host here. Let's see what Kate's talking about.
The final timing estimations on their re-entry. So we have an updated estimated time for that loss of signal. This will last about 7 minutes, and we're expecting that to occur GMT 0251 and end at 0258. So again, lasting 7 minutes. We did hear that weather conditions are, direct quote, outstanding. So that is excellent. Once again, it sounds like this will be super visible across the Gulf of Mexico. Once again, we are targeting a landing at around Panama City. So head outside and watch it.
It's going to look awesome. Well, while we wait for more updates, here's a fun list the teams put together about the mission. 15 things to know. A few things that we want to know about this mission. The crew conducted over 20 microgravity research projects. Some of the research conducted on the mission included studying immune dysfunction in tumor organoid models that can help predict and prevent cancer, investigating how commercial spaceflight crew members adapt to microgravity, and exploring how weather modification works in low gravity conditions. The crew held STEAM events with students all over the world. More specifically, they conducted a series of live science demonstrations with students on Earth through amateur ham radio events, a student art competition from space, and engaging in student-led projects with universities like MIT. While docked to the ISS, they orbited the Earth 126 times and traveled a mere 3.33 million miles. Ax-2 was the first commercial mission with both private and government-sponsored astronauts. Peggy Whitson is now the first female commander of a private space mission, adding to her accomplishment as the first female commander of the ISS and extending her record for the longest cumulative time in space by an American astronaut.
Everyone clap for Peggy's vagina. Just once, please clap. I guess that was twice technically. Go whammon. Dude, it's hot in here, but I felt the air conditioning blowing, but Wiley's laying on the vent because he's selfish. So all I can smell is your breath now because your face is on the vent and it's just circulating in the room. What's up, Michael J. Messer? Panama City is about an hour from Pensacola. Okay. Okay. Thoughts on the concrete piling being down at Starbase? No, not yet. I haven't checked in at Starbase in the last like 48 hours or so. There's a lot going on there for sure. I caught the controlled demolition of the low bay though. That was pretty sweet. Pretty impressive how they did that. Nice and controlled like. Eric, I don't like the Axiom guy. Is there a reason you don't like him? Is it because he looks kind of like a giraffe sloth mix hybrid? Kate kind of looks like, I don't know, like a golden retriever maybe. What do I look like, chat? So Kevin, you just look weird. He's got his stylist, his fancy. Oh, what is that thing? That's their zero-G indicator, but I thought it was a bear. Is that a bear?
As the 5th crew member of Ax-2, Gigi's mission is to inspire children around the world to learn about space. Gigi is a Build-A-Bear teddy bear wearing Axiom's AX-EMU spacesuit, just like the ones that NASA astronauts will wear on future missions to the moon. Ax-2 is a precursor for Axiom Station. These missions are an important step along the journey of constructing the world's first commercial space station. Ax-2 also did some tech demos on board. The Ax-2 crew successfully conducted 2 Axiom space-led technology demonstrations on the space station, which are trailblazers for the next generation of video communication in space and imagery downlink. Returning with them in SpaceX Dragon Freedom is actually more than 300 pounds of cargo and important data that will impact our understanding of human physiology on Earth.
Only 300 pounds, man. A lawyer wife carries more than that on our vacations. I love their wellies, man. I need some of them boots. Killer boots, man. Just show us your dogs. Yeah, I can't because it's past their bedtime and they're 100 pounds and I'm not doing any heavy lifting right now. So I apologize. I might be able to tilt the camera. I don't know. I can't. This thing's kind of held down by all the wires and cables. Next time, rain check. There is, last I checked, there is, and I'm not sure if it's still the case. I'll look really quick for you guys. I'll do that for you. There is a Starlink mission later tonight at like 2 a.m. Eastern time or around thereabouts. I don't know if they changed that yet or if it's still a go. May 30th. So yeah, because it's West Coast, so it's actually like 11:02 p.m. Pacific time tonight. So like 2 a.m. Eastern time. They'll have a Starlink mission from Vandenberg Space Force Base. If you want to catch that, this is your fair warning now. Locals, I'm not going to put the link in the locals because, well, I forgot to, and I'm going to bed after this. So suck it up, Buttercup. They'll be launching 52 Starlink satellites, so version 1.5, to low Earth orbit. Okay. On a booster that will be flying for its, quite a few here. Let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 4. I think that makes 13. So for its 14th, give or take 1 in case I miscounted, 14th mission. And I should probably mention at this time that the capsule that these astronauts are riding in is the capsule Freedom. I believe it's its 2nd mission. You guys ever seen Rocket Man? You know, the Disney movie, back when Disney was good? where he sneezes in his helmet and gets snot on the inside of his visor. I think about that whenever I see the helmet like this. I would love, dude, there's gotta be a day where someone's gonna sneeze on camera in their visor. I gotta see it. It has to happen. If I ever go to space, I'll be sure to make that happen. I'll sneak pepper up in my spacesuit. You know, astronauts from the Apollo days did. Actually, I think it was John Young did it. He snuck a turkey sandwich on one of his missions. I believe it was John Young. So I'll sneak in a little like travel packet, a little restaurant packet of pepper. That's gonna be my little thing that I sneak into, just so I can sneeze in my helmet and gross everyone out. Are you guys still talking about steaks? I like where your guys' heads are at. I do marinate mine in A1. Yeah, but I do also agree that a good steak needs no sauce. But here's the thing. I don't know how to make good steak. I did learn, though, right before my grill went kaput, that beating the living crap out of your steak, even though it's not technically living anymore, but just beating it really tenderizes it. I don't even remember how I learned that. I think I was just mad and just started throwing beef against the wall or something. I was like, this actually tastes better this way. The more you know. Volume up. Prepare to volume up. Voluming up. Volume up. There is no volume. Where's the Musk man at? He doesn't even attend these anymore. What a rebel. Yes, John Young did fly the first space shuttle. He was commander of the first space shuttle mission. Balls of steel, that man. If I remember correctly, they didn't even test fly the shuttle to space. The first time the shuttle went to space, they put people on it. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. I think they did remotely control land it to like test the glide, but I don't think they put, I think they put people on the very first trip to space on it. They kept it real back in the day. I'm happy that I didn't get the steak from Mickey D's. Dude, are you talking about the steak, egg, and cheese bagels? Those bagels they have, those breakfast sandwiches, those are delish, man. Those are my go-to. I mean, they'll give you cancer, but it's delicious cancer. I marinate my steak for 24 hours in sugar, water, and Dales. Man, you get all fancy. Yes, if you guys own a griddle, which is, I guess, the new age grill, go ahead and leave your tips in the chat. I've been doing some research to make sure like I season it right and don't ruin it, but you know, leave it to me. It's gonna end up exploding or something. Thank you, Micah, for confirming that the first flight to space was manned. I can never depend on my memory because, to be frank, it's quite terrible.
Ax-2 is Axiom's second mission with SpaceX, and there are 2 more planned, Ax-3 and Ax-4, who will also be in SpaceX vehicles.
Look at these guys having a good time. They're not even paying attention to what's going on. These guys right here
Michael Lopez,
playing grab butt.
Our chief astronaut, is our commander for Ax-3, and he is already in training. Mike Lopez Alegria, also known as MLA. And so the Ax-3 mission is already underway.
This guy back here he's still wearing a mask. He's repping the mask, man. Somebody should tell him those aren't in fashion. Those aren't in style anymore, bro. He probably has like an immune disorder or something, and now I'm a jerk. Yeah, this guy's repping one too. Maybe he's just like a fan of Mortal Kombat. Likes to wear the ninja mask. Nerd. Yeah, we should have landing or splashdown, I guess, technically.
Once again, this is expected to last for 7 minutes.
She's talking about loss of signal. That's the plasma blackout. 7 minutes. Then after that, I think they deploy chutes around 5,000 meters. Like, not the drogue chutes, the main chutes, which is actually pretty low for a heavy capsule. Skydiving, for tandems, you deploy about 5,000 feet. Drogue shoots, though, I think they pop around, I want to say 10 to 15. We'll see. We'll keep an eye out for the altitude once we get visual. She said it's supposed to be like clear viewage tonight, which is great. I want to see them shoot.
All right, so
we're starting to get a crowd.
We are entering the communications blackout period, or LOS, loss of signal. This will last for 7 minutes due to plasma formation around the exterior of the spacecraft. During this time, no vehicle telemetry is received by mission control or the recovery team, and no external commanding of the vehicle or voice communication is possible. As a reminder, Dragon is designed to fly itself and continues to autonomously use Draco thrusters to orient itself during the re-entry phase. During re-entry, the vehicle will be slowing down from orbital velocity, which is about 17,500 miles per hour. And it will basically continue to decrease a lot of that deceleration occurring during this atmospheric re-entry. And then the top temperature for Dragon, as I said earlier, exterior temperatures reach about 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit. So the crew remains comfortable as we are flowing nitrox, cool nitrox air, both into their suits as well as into Dragon's interior cabin. So while it gets toasty on the outside, and we will see the evidence of that once we get lights shining on Dragon and it's lifted up onto the deck of our recovery vessel.
Toasty marshmallow,
Megan,
bro.
We will actually be able to see the ablative material on the exterior of the capsule. It'll have some charring on it, which is a good indication that it worked.
I like to call them toasted marshmallows. That's the kind of brown patina it reminds me.
They're listening to my stream. Yeah, I have a griddle. Micah says it takes a lot of effort to season, but once it is, it's sweet, America. Yeah, another reason why I went with the griddle is just because after you get done seasoning it and it's ready to go, like cleanup is pretty straightforward. You just like scrape it, throw some water on there, wipe it down, whatever. Maybe throw some oil on there and you're done. I hated using my old grill, my actual grill, because it sucked to clean, so I just wouldn't do it. So I would just be like, hey, it's more flavoring. Just leaving all the crud on there and stuff. I'd give it like a hard brush scrub before I'd use it every day, but I hated cleaning that thing, so I would just clean it like once a year when grilling season started back up, like in the early spring or whatever. And that sucked. I hated it so much. I get so dirty because you have to take the grate things off, and you have to get down in there and get all the all the flakes out of there. And I don't think I've replaced the grease pan on my old grill once, to be honest. I don't remember ever doing it. So that thing was like overflowing and like disgusting. And in fact, it got so dirty that eventually like all the grease that went through, like it ate away at the bottom of the grill. So like eventually at like the last couple months I had it, not only was like the wheel broken and the wind kept tipping it over when it got pretty windy, but like flames would shoot up and everything would get toasted and burnt because I just never cleaned it. So I'm looking forward to this griddle because, it should be a lot easier to work with, more Kevin friendly, more user friendly for me. Here we go. Here comes the shooting star of your guys' dreams. We're in that LOS period right now, so we don't have communication with them.
About 2 minutes remaining until we have an anticipated until when we anticipate being able to restore communications with the crew. Once again, the buildup of plasma on the outside of the capsule prevents any communications going to or coming from the Dragon capsule.
It's how it was in the Apollo days. So if you ever seen Apollo 13, the movie with Tom Spanks,
SpaceX engineers there on console monitoring
they were always
Dragon's
like,
progress as
Apollo
it is
13, do you read me?
Steering itself to the splashdown site off the coast of Florida. Once again, we're targeting a landing near Panama City in the Gulf of Mexico.
Apollo 13,
and a
do
quite
you read?
excited small crowd outside of Mission Control here at SpaceX. You can see them there awaiting the return of the 10th mission of crew members on board Dragon.
Yeah, and we're well underway with our second shift operations here at SpaceX headquarters. So we can see some folks, as you, can definitely see they're gathering, awaiting more views of. Oh, there's a beautiful shot. We can see that capsule now streaking through the night sky.
We're going streaking! Well, we're not, but they are.
This camera view might be coming from the recovery vessel or from one of the aerial assets that we have in the area. We're now coming up to the end of the expected loss of signal. So we're now moving toward AOS, or acquisition of signal.
That's incredible.
And we should probably hear SpaceX core Michael Blasco start hailing.
Dragon, SpaceX, comm check.
Apollo 13, do you read? Where's Gary Sinise at?
We have you loud and clear.
There she is. Hey, Gary.
Likewise, good to have you back. Expect automated chute deployment.
She looks a little uncomfortable. Are you pulling too many G's for your liking there, sweetheart?
Dragging cap.
Probably pulling no more than
All right,
3-4
great
G's.
news there. Those communications have been restored
4
with
Gs.
the Axiom crew. The next event we have coming up.
GPS has converged. Expect nominal altitude for drogue chute deploy.
Copy. Nominal altitude for drogue chute deploy with GPS.
Now we expect those drogues to deploy when the Dragon capsule is around 18,000 feet in altitude. And we're roughly a minute and a half away from deployment.
So the astronauts fall with their backs to the, I guess, toward the Earth at an angle. So they're actually being pushed into their seats.
Another view coming to us from the WB-57 chaser plane. These are thermal images.
Make sure my face isn't covering any useful information. I don't think it really is.
Brace for drogue window.
Now standing by for deployment of the drogue parachutes. These will be the first of 2 sets of parachutes that will deploy to help further slow down the Dragon capsule.
Dragon uses its drogue chutes as pilot chutes as well, so they not only stabilize and slow down the capsule, but they also are responsible for deploying the mains. In some capsules, like I believe Orion, they have drogue chutes and pilot chutes pull out the mains, while the drogue chutes just detach after their use is kaput for finished.
Should see those drogues deploy any second now.
Pop shoots.
Looks like
There they
they're
are.
going now.
Visual on 2 healthy drogues.
Gary Sinise has a fantastic foundation too. Yeah, Lieutenant Dan Band.
Copy. 2 healthy
Good band.
drogues.
You know, I met him at
All
the
right.
Pentagon
Great news there. Those
9/11
2 drogue
memorial.
parachutes have deployed. That helps to stabilize the Dragon capsule and provide that initial deceleration via parachute. Up next, we will have the main parachutes deploy. Vehicle velocity at main chute deployment is about 119 miles per hour, and they deploy between 6,500 and 6,000 feet.
Yes,
And we
shoot
can
porn,
see
brah.
those drogues pulling away, exposing
felt
the
good.
main parachutes.
That release felt awesome.
There are 4 main parachutes on the Dragon capsule.
I hope it was
and
good
it looks
for
like
them.
Those are now expanding, that reefing.
Main chute descent rate nominal.
I count 4 blurbs. No lead lag on this one, boys.
And Dragon copies. Nominal chute.
Now this is a really cool view
Nominal
from the Dragon
shoots.
capsule. That's actually from the basin where the main parachutes.
1 kilometer.
1,000 meters, copy.
So view
low,
from
man.
where those main parachutes were just located. From this point on, we will hear Commander Peggy Whitson call out the altitude of the Dragon capsule. So we just heard her call out 1 kilometer, meaning 1 kilometer above the ocean surface.
She talked about reefing there for a second. That's when the chutes open. At first, they don't open all the way because the bottom rims are
800.
reefed with a line that they cut
Copy, 800.
to slow the opening down. So it doesn't pull strenuous
So at this point in time,
excess
we can see
Gs or
we
rip the
have
chutes.
4 healthy main parachutes have deployed for the Axiom-2 crew. In a matter of minutes, they have gone from 17,500 miles per hour down to roughly now about 70 miles per hour.
600.
Copy,
Even less than
600.
that, when the main parachutes were deployed, they were going about 119 miles per hour. And by the time that they actually land in the water, it's about 10 miles per hour, thereabouts.
Yeah, so some people might not know this, but back when they were developing Dragon, mid-2000s, like
Copy, 400
2010-ish area, it was originally called Red Dragon because they were going to use Dragon to land on Mars, and they were going to do it retropulsively with the Super Draco engines. And that's how they were going to land on Earth as well. They weren't even going to use chutes. But it was such a complicated thing, and NASA's been so used with parachutes since the Apollo days, they just didn't want to make the change. And then ITS, which became BFR, which became Starship, is now a
200.
thing.
Cruise brake.
Copy, 200 and brace for splashdown.
And now they just use the Super Draco engines as an emergency escape system.
Right, standing by for splashdown of the Axiom-2 crew.
This is a splashdown in the ocean. There's no landing pad. And they'll bob them out of the drink with a fishing boat. Here we go. Look out, whales. We're coming in. I want to bop you on the head. Please clap.
Ax-2 is back on Earth.
As you can see on your screen, visual confirmation for splashdown of our Dragon spacecraft. Dragon Freedom has returned home with the Ax-2 crew.
SpaceX sees splashdown and mains cut. At this time, you are go for procedure 4.800.
And we're in that 4.800 splashdown.
Congratulations, you guys. I'm about to wrap up this stream, but I want to do a show and tell session really quick. Look what the lawyer wife bought me. She bought me a fat astronaut. And it glows. I don't remember, and it turns color too, I think. Turn color, you. There we go. Do it again. Apparently I'm too dumb to work the fat astronaut. There's red, there's green, blue, and red again. She makes me leave it at my office now. Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in with me on this one. If you want to keep watching them fish the capsule out of the water and put them on the boat and egress the astronauts, there's a link in the description that will take you right to this, but I'm sure a lot of you already have it open. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me, and until next time, Godspeed.